I was popping people. It's Xzavier Antonio. You are in for another In Conversation podcast session, and we have one of our favorite people in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Shonn Hinton. And this ain't the Shonn Hinton y'all used to know. First of all, how you doing, Shonn?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed by the best, man. You know what I'm saying? I get to rub elbows with people like you, man.
Come on,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get to your level, man. You know what I'm saying?
We already there, boss.
Man,
it's presentation. That's all it is. It's presentation.
It's a little more than that. It's a little bit more than presentation. When you know, so I'm gonna tell y'all why I said this ain't the same Shonn Hinton that y'all think y'all knew a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Shonn Hinton was on this show a month ago, as a matter of fact, and we talked about how you came out with the art album.
Absolutely.
And at that time, you were focused on. You should focus because you just came off a tour not long before that with Mary J. Blige.
Yes, sir. And
you had decided, you know what, I'm going to focus solely on my music. I did this thing long enough.
Yep.
And it was news to me that you were actually getting back with her. You were going back. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know what? Yep. He was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with Mary. You know what I'm saying? That's the bread. That's what's going to pay for this, pay for that. I still got a family to feed, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So all respect to that. But one thing I'm a little offended by.
What's that?
Is that there was something you failed to mention on this show. On this show, I had to learn about it on another podcast. You sitting down with other people. Is that you not just playing with Mary? You the new music director.
How about that showed up quick? Like, if when I said it on the podcast, it happened that suddenly.
Wow,
it happened that it was that sudden. Like, I looked up and it was like, "Yo, so do you want the position?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, I'll do it."
Yeah,
it was literally that fast. It wasn't nothing like it was planned. It was like spur of the moment. And I think, and I look at it, I look at it from all angles. You know what I'm saying? So, you have one of the greatest musical directors, and I say one of the greatest because Mary have had a multitude of great musical directors that I've had the privilege of serving under, like Rex Hardy and Zach Scott and Omar Edwards. And Omar Edwards was the last musical director. Him and Daniel Jones, rest in peace to Daniel Jones, who just passed away. But Omar Edwards arranged Mary's show, and he had Daniel Jones kind of man the fort, you know, while we was out on tour. So when we came back to do the couple of days that we had with Mary, Daniel couldn't do it because he was also the musical director for Janet. And Omar was actually out with Jay-Z, and he was coming home, so he didn't know if he was gonna make it. So he told management, like, "Hey, let Shonn be the musical director. He's been a part of every regime that Mary has had, and he'd be the guy for the job.
Yeah, he's the guy for the job. So. You're the guy."
And then on top of that, man, I honestly don't like to make a big deal out of stuff like that. Like, a lot of people make big deals out of positions and things like that, but I never forget hearing Robert Glasper say, you know, like, and he was making it as a general statement, but I didn't take offense to it, but it really made me sit up and pay attention. Like, okay, if I'm out of pocket, then I just need to tighten up. But he was like, "You're only relevant because of the gig that you on. If you take away that gig, who are you?" And that was a nice challenge. That was like, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful for the opportunity and the experiences that I've had the privilege of being a part of, you know what I'm saying? But when you take it away, when you take all of that away from me, I'm just Shonn Hinton.
At least you don't allow the value of that, you know what I'm saying, to overvalue or overshadow who you are. You still got to be who Shonn Hinton is, regardless. That's what's up. But to us, as your fans, we're still happy, you know what I'm saying?
And I appreciate it.
We're still proud about that because that's an opportunity that many of us aren't getting, and it goes to show just how trusted people who are doing these major important things, you know what I'm saying, they trust Mary to put on a great show, you know what I'm saying. The music directors, and who was it that mentioned your name for this position?
His name was Omar Edwards.
Omar, you know what I'm saying, like, this is somebody who's doing important things, this and the other. So you got people who are doing important things who trust you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that
absolutely.
speaks volumes to your skill set, your consistency, and your ability to lead.
The work must still, happen. So you got to carry on and move on.
Yeah, and it looks like, man, you don't have a problem with moving on to the next song. You know,
I have no problem with it at all.
You really are consistently dropping music, man.
Relentlessly.
So we had on July 6th, My Heart Sings.
Let's go back. June 6th, I dropped an EP entitled Meanwhile.
Yeah, can't forget about that.
July 6th, I dropped a single entitled You Make My Heart Sing. August 5th. And I normally, the goal is to do it every 30 days.
Yeah.
But because August 5th, I'm doing the Black Arts Fest MKE, I wanted to have something ready. I wanted to have that single ready the day that I perform it. Yeah. So I didn't waste no time. So August 5th, we dropped Mojo, which is a song that me and my brothers, Ace Boogie, Olin Franklin, D Will, Ready Red, Lil Quentin Furbage, we did this song on the Shotgun Reloaded album. The name of the song is called Mojo. But what I did was give it an urban twist to it. Yeah. Because it was something that the people can step to. So I wanted to have a stepping song ready. Not necessarily the answer to I'm Gucci, but to give somebody, to give the people something to dance to, because the stepping community has been so supportive of the Shonn Hinton brand and the Shonn Hinton Experience movement. Let me give y'all something. So
yeah, you keep doing that, man.
Yes, sir.
And you said you had wanted to make sure you had something ready for the Black Arts Fest that you're going to be.
Yes, sir.
In, but it almost seems like you're almost doing that for every release, because even on July 6th, that was My Heart Sings, right?
Yep, I did the Idlewice boat cruise.
Yeah, the boat cruise, man.
So loud, by the way, which was so amazing to me.
Yeah, man, we got to see some of your reaction to seeing all these people. Just seemed like they just all showed up at the same time.
Man. And it was so overwhelmingly beautiful, man. I couldn't believe it. I honestly didn't know, because the people that I was talking to that at the Idlewice, she had hit me the night before. She was like, "Hey, we got 8 tickets left." Milwaukee like to drag their feet. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But to get the email the night before, it's like, "Yo, we got 8 tickets left. Do you have anybody that you want to invite?" And I didn't have nobody. I was like, "Sell them tickets. Let's sell the tickets." And then she hit me back an hour later. Gone. All of the tickets are gone. And people was hitting me. They was like, "I hate I missed your show. I ain't gonna waste time no more. I wasted time at the last minute. Didn't know if I wanted to go by." You better go by yourself. Stop playing.
But the beauty, man, and just from a branding and brand equity point of view, this is the amazing thing about the Shonn Hinton brand. First and foremost, there's so many people who rock with you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the reality of it is, everybody's not going to make every show. There's going to be things that they're going to miss. But A, like I said, there's so many people, and B, you're consistently, not just dropping music, but performing. Yeah. It's hard not to make sure you know what I'm saying, you get that Shonn experience live. Right now, you're in our city, not only traveling, not only doing things in Chicago. You got the R&B Live that's getting ready to happen on August 2nd in Chicago with your guys. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Not only on the road and doing all the stuff with Mary and in all other cities you may be visiting doing Shonn Hinton. There are all these local experiences or opportunities as well to support you, and a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, I think are aspiring to be that, you know what I mean? That first of all, that you can make time. So if I miss this show, you know what I'm saying, it's not to say I will, but to go follow you on social media and see if you got something else coming up. Because you did the St. Kate's Hotel, you know what I'm saying?
The next day after the Idlewice, and then that Saturday I was at the Glen in Glendale. Yeah. So we was moving, I was moving and grooving, man.
Yeah. And then what was the I know WNOV was they did an interview on you on this. It was like the music culture, Milwaukee music culture, something like that, a celebration. You opened it up. I know VIP Live.
The summer culture event out there, Clinton Rose. Okay, my boy Fred Collier. God bless Fred Collier. That's my boy, man, in Team Loyalty Entertainment. That brother has been solid ever since he and I met when I used to help out Sincere. and play guitar with him, play the guitar with
Shout out to Sincere.
Shout out to Sincere.
I remember walking in the check cashing place on 27th and or like 35th or something like that in Wisconsin. You know how they have the TV going with the advertisement. This man got a whole music video that was on there. So shout out to Sincere, man.
Yeah, one of the hometown legends, heroes, man, for real. Yeah. But he was the one that he called me to be a part of it, and that was my second time doing it. So it was super dope. I kicked off my summer run there. That was in, I want to say that was like June, right?
And they're still going until about August 5th, right?
Yep, exactly. So and then it's more stuff coming up. I'm booked and busy, and I love it, and I'm doing it myself with the help of God first and foremost. With God's help, I've been able to, you know, be my own booking agent. You know what I'm saying? I do my own artwork. I mix and master my music. I write my music. I compose my music. I'm a one-stop shop. Yeah, that's a big deal for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a producer does. That's who a producer is.
Yeah, I think there's obviously a certain pride, you know what I'm saying, that you can have, that you can own. Like, no matter what accolades, no matter what anybody else has to say, there's a certain pride that you can have within yourself about the fact that you are managing it all ultimately. You know what I'm saying? But then I think that the greatest victory in that, or for me at least, being someone who's seeing you do this,
yes, sir,
it's the fact that it's actually getting done.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be an entrepreneur or creative who has to do 100 jobs, you know what I'm saying? But oftentimes when you're adding so much to something or to what you're doing, things get lost or something doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just always something. So to actually see that you are a producer in life, you are producing results. And I know that comes with like some time management. It may be things that you have to decline, or I ain't got time for that, I can't do that, absolutely, or whatever. But man, to see the type of results that you're getting, bro, is definitely an inspiration, man. And I'm happy, bro.
Thank you.
And proud for you, man.
I sure do appreciate it, brother. I really do. That,
you know what I'm saying? The next time I step foot in church, I'm gonna get 2 steps. You know what I'm saying? At least 2 of them steps gonna be for you know what I mean? So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sometimes you gotta praise God for what God is doing other people's life, especially if you want some blessings to come into yours, man.
I think it was Muhammad Ali that said, and I, if I misquote, I'm so sorry, but I just saw it. He said, "The service to others is the rent you pay for your time on this earth."
Hey, listen.
That's it.
Yeah.
On my mama, that's it. So I look at it from that aspect. That's one of the most valuable lessons that I learned in church is servanthood. You know, when I die, God ain't gonna say, "Well done, thy good and faithful guitarist. Well done, thy good and faithful artist." He's gonna say, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." I'm a servant.
We can't forget that. We can't forget that. And that's a whole nother dialogue. That's a whole nother conversation. Because we could go on and on about that one. Now, I want to get to some of the events and some of the things that you have coming up. But before we get to that, I at least want to talk about the music that you've been producing. I did have the opportunity, because I'm special and I have special access. You know, I have access to this site that nobody else has access to, where I get to listen to Shonn Hinton's music early. You know what I'm saying? And I'm jacking. I ain't the only one that got access to it. So we're gonna put it out there, man. If you a real fan and a real supporter, you don't have to, most of the time, you don't have to wait to stuff comes out on Apple and, you know what I'm saying, and
you
YouTube
can hear
and all
it
of
first.
that. You can hear it first.
Yes, sir. By going to my SoundCloud page.
Yes, sir.
And it's easy. If you know how to spell my name, ShonnHinton, just type in SoundCloud /Shonn Hinton and tap in. You'll hear.
You ain't gotta do all that. You go to SoundCloud, go to the search bar,
type my name,
type his name in. It's that simple. It's that simple. I have never ever once searched for your name and more than one Shonn Hinton came up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
unless it was Shonn Hinton and Shotgun, which is still me.
Yeah, still
at the end of the day, right.
As a matter of fact, I don't even know, outside of you and your son, I don't think I've ever met anybody whose name was Shonn that was spelt the way that y'all's are spelt.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? So it's easy, man. You making it too easy for the people, man.
And that's how it's supposed to be, right? It shouldn't be complicated. It ain't Chinese arithmetic. It's 1 + 1.
Yes, sir. But and so the point I wanted to make about the music, man, is this. I got the opportunity to listen to Mojo.
Yes, sir.
And Night and Day. And these are two things that aren't even officially released yet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the things I can say about it when we talk about the Meanwhile EP, the art album, My Heart Sings, is all of that. One thing that I can say is that it takes me back to a place, you know what I'm saying, on the inside that I'm not even sure, you know what I'm saying, like I put it like this, I remember feeling this way about people, you know what I'm saying, about women back in the day. And of course, music, life, all of that, a lot of us have gotten back from that. But you said it in some of your first interviews with Reggie Brown, like it's that love, it's what we go through in these relationships, what we experience when we feeling somebody and all of that type of stuff. And it's like, dude, it made me realize, like, dang, bro, like I got some healing to do, because I'm not even open to the idea of caring that much. Like I care, I love, but that vulnerability, you know what I'm saying, that comes with being in a relationship or being in love or pursuing somebody, like I don't even know if I want that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for the
it is not for the faint of heart.
Right.
What's my man there? I gotta look this up. I think his name was Lenny Williams. That song, Girl, I Love You. That's vulnerability, bro.
Yes, sir.
And that's Lenny Williams. That's where I come from, man. Like that's the music that I listen to. That's the music that I grew up listening to. My mom has records.
Yeah.
You know, she still has those albums. Yeah. She still have those albums. So that's the stuff that I would listen to on Saturday mornings. Yeah. She would clean up. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the writing comes from. And I believe that we need to get back to that place. Yeah. We need is so essential to get back to that place. It ain't always about, you know, glorifying drugs or having beef with somebody, or you just at a strip club and you want a girl to get naked and stuff like that. No, man, I want to talk let's talk about it. Let's embrace this, because Maze featuring Frankie Beverly did, Earth, Wind and Fire did, the Shy Lights did, LTD, Jeffrey Osborne, you know, they talked about it. So my Babyface, After 7, I would love to be cemented in that category.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely. Getting back to that place is definitely where I believe the music definitely needs to go, man. And maybe even like just in real life, just period, just getting back to love. I know a lot of us in relationships are just dealing with people, period. We don't feel out of love with people because people just be people.
It happen. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think your music would definitely have people considering, like, you know what, I do want to feel that way about somebody. You know, let me go ahead and, you know what I'm saying?
When you can get past the trauma, absolutely. Because, you know, a lot of people, they still they're gonna be colder than a hoe's heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, man, you know, God's still working on me, man. Cupid's still working on me, man. You know. So let's just talk real quick. What you got coming up? I know August 2nd, you're doing the R&B live in Chicago. I know Rex is gonna be a part of that, right?
That's Rex's Rex Hardy's event. That was one of Mary's musical directors. He and I started playing with Mary together back in 2004. So August 2nd, I'm there. August 3rd, I'm at the Glen in Glendale. August 4th, I'm at Mr. B's. August 5th, I'm doing the Black Arts Festival on the Summerfest grounds. I see he got the guitar out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. When I say I'm trying to get on one of these shows, I don't actually know how to play. I just want to be seen standing there with a guitar.
Hey, if I see him, I'm be like, "Yo, come just hold the guitar while I sing." If somebody playing guitar on. So August 5th, I'm doing that. August 8th, I'm doing Johnson's Park. August 29th, I'm doing Chill on the Hill. And then the first Friday in September, I'm at the Lower Level Lounge. So I'm moving and grooving.
Shout out to D Will. He just did something.
Something last night.
Yeah, did you go?
I was not able to attend.
I wasn't able to make it too, but man,
I was blessed and privileged yesterday. A good friend of mine, his name, him and his wife, Estelle Colcroft and Vincent Colcroft at Greater New Birth. He had sent me an invitation. He's like, "Hey man, me and my wife are renewing our vows. 20 years." He was like, "Man, and the bridal party is coming down to Dream Come True." And he was like, "Man, we didn't want to bug you, but we was just wondering, like, if we can get." I said, "Bro, I would be honored to sing at y'all wedding." So spur of the moment.
Yeah.
I was planning on attending the wedding anyway, but when they said that, I was like, dude, I would love to sing, and it made their day. It made the bride's day, and I was just so happy that I was able to do that. So I wasn't able to attend D Will's event, but I was looking at it online on Facebook Live, and it was going down because my cousin Afton was on bass.
Yeah.
My boy Zay Will was on keys, and Olin Franklin on drums. Like it gets no better than that.
Man, I love for y'all to, you know what I'm saying? I love to see all of y'all get together, man.
It's funny that you say that.
Musicians, like in a podcast type
just
of
having
thing.
a conversation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
y'all just all y'all, you, Afton, D,
Alex.
Tim, Alex, Jermaine. You know what I'm saying? Just as many as y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that first of all, that's gonna be funny as fuck.
Oh, you better believe that shit would be hilarious. And let's talk about my cousin Mike Evans. Like, when me and Mike get together, it is a problem. My cousin Bird, like, we'll get suspended from church. Suspended. Get put on spiritual reflection.
Yeah. So listen, man, it's been such a great time hanging out with my boy Shonn again.
Yes.
So many events that are coming up as always. You can follow him on all platforms. This is just something I think that if you from Milwaukee, if you from Chicago, at least Milwaukee and Chicago, we need to stay connected. We need to stay connected to what's happening. You know, like sometimes, man, you know, people be talking about people like one day, you know, Oprah, Steve Harvey, somebody might be talking about, you know, Shonn gonna be getting his Grammy, and you're gonna be sitting there looking. Somebody gonna be sitting there stupid, like, who is Shonn? It's like, you stupid if you don't know. If you from Milwaukee or Chicago.
Oh my mama, I love this aspect of it. I used to get offended at stuff like that, but my boy Kwame Green, who's the manager and one of the MCs for Growing Nation. Shout out to Growing Nation, because for Black Arts Fest, not only am I doing a set, but Growing Nation is closing out, and I'm one of the members of Growing Nation. But he said something. He said, "Man, people are, when they quiet, they studying you, and then on top of that, if they don't know who you are, that's perfect. You just it gives them an opportunity to get to know you. I love when you show up late to the party, because that means you just got catching up to do, and by the time you get caught up, you already locked. I'm not tripping. It's love. It's love, man.
So man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all tune in, man. Thank you again, Shonn,
Thanks for having me, man. Again, I sure do appreciate it anytime, boss.
It's always a pleasure, bro. Love, man.
Yes, sir.